Hi, and welcome to Water Wisdom. I'm Luke with the Alachua County Environmental Protection Department. In this series, we'll be increasing your water wisdom with weekly topics and interviews discussing the amazing waters in and around Alachua County. In this episode of Water Wisdom, we are discussing illicit discharges. An illicit discharge is simply anything other than stormwater that enters a storm drain or water body. Alachua County has an extensive stormwater system. This system is what carries rainwater away from our roads and walkways. It often flows into our creeks. When anything other than rainwater enters the storm drain system, it becomes an illicit discharge and can pollute surface and groundwater. Let's learn what an illicit discharge is and where they come from. We will also discuss how to prevent and reduce water quality impacts from illicit discharges. So what can be an illicit discharge? It can be something as simple as chemicals that may wash off your lawn when watering, to a factory dumping polluted wastewater into a river. So why do we care so much about illicit discharges? What are they anyway? We already know that pollution is harmful to humans and the environment. So is an illicit discharge considered pollution? Why do we have the rules, regulations, and best management practices to protect our water resources? In this Water Wisdom, we will discuss the what, where, and why of illicit discharges. Let's get started. Illicit discharges have a history as long as human civilizations. An ancient Roman capital, Avicentium, in current-day Switzerland, had illicit discharges to a lake called Lake Muerten. These discharges led to periods of time where there was little to no oxygen in a lake. When a lake or water body runs low or out of oxygen, it is called hypoxia. Low water oxygen conditions can occur from nutrient pollution from surface runoff and other sources. Hypoxia suffocates aquatic life and harms the local ecosystem. When scientists study the soil history in the lake using sediment cores of the lake, they can see periods of low oxygen to the lake during the time Romans lived in the area. They can also see that it took hundreds of years for the lake to return to normal conditions. This is just an example that humans have been having illicit discharges for a very long time. It was centuries before illicit discharges and other pollution in the water bodies were addressed in the United States. It took a river catching on fire in 1969 to create protections for our water and environment. The Cuyahoga River in Ohio was once known as one of the most polluted rivers in the United States. Due to illicit discharges, like oil and other chemicals from surrounding factories, the river caught fire a record 13 times since 1868. The 1969 fire inspired the U.S. Congress to create the National Environmental Policy Act. This act helped establish the Environmental Protection Agency, also known as the EPA. In 1972, the Clean Water Act was introduced. The Clean Water Act established rules and regulations to protect water quality and the amount of pollution that can be discharged to water. In many areas of the world, illicit discharges are part of daily life. The rivers and streams in these places are used for trash dumping, sewage removal, industrial waste disposal, washing, fishing, and drinking water. The textile fabric industry is the industry that makes clothing and other kinds of fabric products. It's one of the most obvious producers of illicit discharges due to the brightly colored wastes it produces. There's a chance that a shirt I own or one you own came from a factory that discharges its wastewater into a water body. All this wastewater is a pollutant. It can destroy ecosystems and create long-term problems for the people who live in these polluted areas. The United States used to have rivers polluted by textile fabric producers and other industries. The Alachua River is an example of what a river impacted by industrial discharges looked like before the Clean Water Act. Without regulations and people to monitor our creeks, lakes, rivers, and springs, our waters would be very different from what we see and experience today. That brings us here to Alachua County, where we have illicit discharges as well. Can you think of some local illicit discharges? Remember, an illicit discharge is anything other than storm water and rainwater flowing into a storm drain or water body. I can. Many of the illicit discharges locally are from sanitary sewer overflows. A sanitary sewer is the system of pipes that carry sewage from kitchens, bathrooms, and sinks to a wastewater treatment plant. When a sanitary sewer overflows, it allows untreated wastewater to flow into the environment. This type of release can create a public health risk and pollute the environment. Let's go ahead and explore some examples of these illicit discharges and some easy ways to prevent them. Since most illicit discharges in Alachua County are from sanitary sewer overflows, let's explore why they have overflowed. Many of these overflows occur because the 3 Ps were not followed. The 3 P's are poop, pee, and paper. Only the 3 P's should go down the drain. The sanitary sewer is designed to carry wastewater and the 3 P's only. Anything else that goes down the drain can create blockages that lead to a sewer backup. Grease, rags, paper bags, mop heads, oils, medicines, diapers, paper towels, and feminine hygiene products should never go down the drain. It increases sewer maintenance and can create health and ecosystem trouble if they block the sewer. So remember, the 3 P's when you flush. By doing so, you can help prevent sanitary sewer overflows. Failing septic tanks are another source of illicit discharge. Many homes in Alachua County are on a septic tank system. A septic tank is used to treat sewage from a home or business when there isn't a connection to a wastewater treatment plant. This type of system, when operating correctly and with proper maintenance, can work well to treat wastewater. But a failing septic tank can release pollution and bacteria at high levels. The easiest way to reduce a septic tank system failure is to have maintenance and inspections done. That way, septic tank issues can be caught before they become an illicit discharge. And remember, the 3 P's also apply to septic tank systems as well. What other ways can untreated sewage be released? Boats, campers, RVs, and buses all have the potential to have illicit wastewater discharges if the wastewater holding tank leaks or is spilled during dumping. Here is a bus that had a wastewater release that flowed into a storm drain. Wastewater can also be released intentionally by people. A while back, there was a large illicit discharge at a location near Bivens Arm, a lake in South Gainesville. When their plumbing stopped working, this location pumped untreated wastewater into the lake. This led to human health risks and ecological harm to the area. Sewage illicit discharges can occur when a sewer line has a leak. Here are a few photos of leaking sewer lines. Notice how some of these cross through the storm drain system and are leaking. Another way that untreated sewage is released is by people using the bathroom outdoors. Not only is this gross, it is also an illicit discharge. Wastewater that is from sinks, drains, dishwashers, tubs, and washing machines is called gray water. Gray water and wash water are illicit discharges too if they flow into a storm drain or water body. Power washing, car washing, and other cleaning activities can create illicit discharges if best management practices do not follow. The Alachua County Environmental Protection Department has information available about the best management practices for water-related activities. See what the best management practices are for your activity before you begin. Best management practices are acceptable ways to do your activity, so you can reduce water pollution. Illicit discharges are not always wastewater. Illicit discharges can also be from water line breaks, construction activities, chemicals that wash off yards, and illegal dumping. Erosion, the process where the topsoil is transported from one location and placed at another by natural forces like wind or water, is considered an illicit discharge if the soil and sediment came from a disturbed site like a construction zone or a water leak. The soil and sediment has nutrients and organic material like leaves and grass. When they flow into the storm drain or water body, these nutrients and organic materials can create algae blooms, and that can harm aquatic life. Illegal dumping can also contribute to erosion and pollution. This pile of trash was illegally dumped near a creek. This giant pile of leaves is also piled next to a creek. These piles have the potential to pollute a water body. That is why it is important to properly dispose of your wastes and not dump them where they can enter a storm drain or water body and become a pollutant. Many storm drains flow directly into creeks. The water flowing into the stormwater system is unfiltered and untreated. For this reason, it is everyone's responsibility to help keep illicit discharges out of our storm drains and water bodies. Alachua County has the Clean Creeks Hotline. Call if you think you see an illicit discharge. By doing so, you'll be doing your part to keep the water in Alachua County clean and healthy for all to enjoy. So if you remember the 3 P's, use best management practices, and the Clean Creeks Hotline, you too can be water wise. I'm Luke, and this is Water Wisdom. I hope to see you again in future episodes where we explore the waters in and around Alachua County. And until next time, stay water wise, and remember, only you can help prevent illicit discharges from happening.